Why have I decided to reorganize my life one cupboard at a time in the middle of a heat wave? My ADHD said today is the day, and if you have ADHD, you know when you get that motivation, you have to lock in. Also, I was keeping my toaster in this bottom cupboard and the crumbs are taking me out. One thing I've learned as someone who gets overwhelmed extremely easily is that I cannot organize the way everyone tells you to. You know the generic advice of take everything out first. Absolutely not. It is a trap. Because I used to do exactly that. I'd take everything out, look at the huge pile that I'd created, get completely overwhelmed and end up shoving everything back inside the cupboard. So I've started to completely change how I approach things like this. One cupboard, not the whole kitchen, just one cupboard, and then I break it down even more. Top shelf first, then bottom shelf. It might not look like much progress at first because I haven't finished the whole cupboard. But what I do have is momentum and there is less mess out at once, and that means less overwhelm for my brain. And that feeling of finishing something, even if it's only just one shelf, makes it so much easier for me to keep going. My brain thinks the goal is to do every single thing at once, but actually the goal is to stay regulated enough to actually continue and complete the task. I've realised that when it comes to cleaning, decluttering, organising, I've realised that the mess isn't the problem, it's the mental load that comes with sorting through it all. My brain has to make hundreds of tiny decisions. Should I keep this? Where does it belong? Will I actually remember it's here? Will future me look for it here? Why do I have a charging lead in the bottom of my cupboard? It is honestly mentally exhausting. And that's why doing one cupboard, one shelf at a time actually works for me. Because if I start thinking about my entire flat, my brain will check out. And I'm not gonna lie, I do think about my entire flat on a whole. And yeah, it's honestly too much. So I just have to keep bringing my brain back to the fact that we are doing one cupboard, one basket, one area, one section of my home at a time. We are not doing everything in one day and then burning ourselves out so we can barely function for the next 2 to 4 weeks. Despite the overwhelm that it causes me, I actually do like organising. But then I find keeping things organised is also really hard for me. Because if the system doesn't work for my brain, I will end up back where I started. Anyway, guys, we had to get out the label gun for this because if you have autism and ADHD, I don't know about you, but my ADHD runs this entire show. And sometimes it's let your autism live its best life. Like, I love this. I need to live like those people where every inch of their home is organised. Because having ADHD and autism, it kind of makes me tidy on the outside, but messy on the inside. So I have lots of baskets and cupboards, and inside those baskets and cupboards, it's a mess. But actually, I want the insides of those things to be really organised as well. So follow along as I organise my life one cupboard at a time.